What's up, YouTube? Roger Ratchet coming back at you again. Today, we're going to be working on a 2015 Chevy Malibu. And what we're going to be doing with this car today is we're going to be changing out the headlight assemblies. The reason we're changing them out is this car was hit in a parking lot and it busted the headlight. And since this is broke and also it's got some pitting, some road grime stuck to it on both headlights, we're just going to replace both lights today. So, it's not my favorite job, but let's get started on it, shall we? First off, we're going to need a T15 Torx bit. And what we're going to be doing with this Torx bit is we're going to be coming inside the wheel well right here. We've got 3 screws right here we need to take out. Now, I'm not sure if this will fit in here or not. Yeah, we got it in there. 1, 2. Well, it would help if I would get it set in there. And 3. Now, after we get that out, we can pull this back and expose a bolt right here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but we need to take this bolt out. It is a 7mm. Thank God it's not a 10mm, right guys? If I can fit, oh yeah, I laid it up here. Yeah, it's one for the bloopers, right? So let's see if we can get this up in here on this bolt. If I can get this pulled back out again. Now it looks like we're going to have to use a ratchet on her, guys. And since I'm using a ratchet, I'm going to go ahead and put a short extension on it. Well, it's hard to get the wrench up in there and be able to see at the same time, so this bolt you'll probably have to feel for it to get the socket on there. And you could probably get a little power tool up in there if you turn the wheel toward the inside. And that would give you enough room to be able to push this plastic piece back a little further. Got that bolt out. Now, we take our tools to the other side and do the same thing over there. Normally, I would go underneath the car and undo the fasteners. This car, instead of having screws holding the bottom on, it's got the plastic retaining clips. Now, when this car was hit, it pushed in on the bottom and broke the clips out, so we don't have to crawl under there to take them out, but we will be putting new clips in. So, since we don't have that step, our next step is come up here and take these top bolts out. 1, 2. I don't think I need to take that one out. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, it would be nice if that's all we had to take out to pull this off, but unfortunately we have these push clips in here we got to take out. The plastic retainers. But it's real easy if you have one of these tools, but as I've said before, you don't have to have one. You can simply use just a regular screwdriver. It does the same job, just you got to be careful to not ruin the top of your clip. Now, with those out, we should be able to pull up, and that should be loose. Pull this out over here on this side. Same thing as the Fusion, guys. You just pull straight out, and we simply lay it down real gentle. Now, boy, she don't look the same without the bumper, does she? Now, what did I do with, oh yes, I laid it over here. I'm going to pick my screws up. We'll set them up here for safekeeping. We're going to need our 7mm again. So, we can unscrew the headlight. And, oh, look at there. Somebody left us a present. Okay, now what we have here. We've got one right here. If I don't lose it. And one right here. We should have one right here. Oh, another one for the bloopers. Okay, now we can get this guy out of here. Good thing it ain't a 10mm, ain't it, guys? And our last one should be this guy right here. Now, we should be able to simply lift up here and here and pull out. Oh, sorry guys, I missed the bolt. There we go. Now, just simply lift it out. Now that we've got our headlight out, we've got to unplug it. So if you can see this red slider right here, you just simply push that slider back, push down on your tab, and pull it out. Our headlight is now removed. Now, the new headlight. I believe this is the one for this side. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to set that there and grab this. Some of these headlights come with these. It's the piece that goes on the bottom of the headlight. Some of them don't. Some of them you'll have to purchase this piece separate, or if the one on the assembly you have isn't damaged, you can remove it and reuse it. And be careful with the bag, because it also has the mounting screws in it. Now these are just simple Phillips head screws is all they are. And normally I like to show you guys that you don't have to have power tools to do these jobs, but for sake, I want to save us all a little bit of time, so this is a little bit faster. And unfortunately, my driver is not magnetic, so I have to be mindful of my bit. Now this goes here. Wait. Oh, another one for the blooper reel. It should go here. Now, is that right? Yes. Okay. And by the way, guys, if you use the one off the old headlight, it's a good idea to take your phone or camera, take a picture of it before you take it off. That way, if you disorient yourself, you'll have something to go back on and see how it's supposed to be on the headlight. Because as you saw, even I had to look and make sure the orientation is correct. And these are metal screws going into plastic, so don't try to torque them down real tight. It's just got to be tight enough to hold this piece on there. That's it. And my fingers are way too big to fit in there, so won't give him a light start. And 4. There's only 4 screws in this, guys. As you can see, I'm not torquing them tight. I'm just putting them in there tight enough to hold it on. That's it. And Okay. There for a minute I thought we had another one for the blooper reel. Grab this, we may need him again. Come over here, make sure that I have my plastic out here so I can grab a hold of it. And we're not going to pull this plastic off yet, because the reason they give you this plastic is to keep you from scratching the lens during install. So we're going to set this right here. We're going to take our little plug. We're going to plug him in. Then we're going to push our little red tab back forward, and it's locked in. So now all we have to do is line it up. Looks like we got a little bendage going there. Line it up into place, and there's no hard snaps anywhere, guys. Wonder where that guy went. Oh, he's up here. Wonder why they put him up here. We need him down here. Or didn't know, we need this guy here. We should have had another one down here. I don't know why this one does not have one down there. Let me look in the box. Or we can simply steal this one off of the old Headlight. Figure out where my little multi-tool is. And these are not that easy to get out. I will be the first one to admit that. Find the right tool for the job. But since we are replacing this headlight, we don't need that in there. And I do believe this one has been worked on before because it's been up pretty good. So, well, when we put our screw in, the screw will spread it out. So we're not going to worry about that. Just going to set it down in our hole here. Now we have somewhere to put our screw. Now we're going to line our headlight back up. Get my plastic pulled out of the way. And there, he's lined up. Now we can get our socket and our screws. And start reassembly. Now, a lot of you guys will be wanting to put these screws in, drive them down, hurry up and get the job done. Little advice, guys, don't tighten them down yet. Just run them in until it's almost there and stop. Well, we'll put a different screw there. And when we stop, we got this one under here. And I need that one that tried to get away. And it goes right here in the side. Now see, the headlight moved when I put that screw in. So the reason you don't tighten them down right off the bat is so you have enough jiggle for the headlight to make adjustments to get all the screws started. And then just feel it and make sure it is snug to the back. And then you can start anywhere and start tightening up screws. Or bolts, or whatever you want to call them. And again, guys, you don't have to get crazy with the torque on these. You're just holding plastic. Yeah, unbelievably, about everything is plastic anymore. Now, this headlight is installed. Now we can move to the other side. What did I do with my Torx bit? Okay. Oh, I see it. Almost as bad as a 10mm about wanting to run away. Now, yeah, a little bit dirty right there. And yeah, don't be afraid to take the front clip off, guys. Just like everything else, it's just plastic. It's not that heavy and it's not that hard to take off. Get these two hidden ones. We'll get this one. We'll get, okay, this one doesn't have a bolt on that side. We'll get this one. Now, yeah, we don't want to lay those on top of the battery. That could be shocking. Okay, now this should be able to lift up and slide right out. Now, like the other side, we push our red tab back. Maybe. Use a screwdriver if you have to, guys. And then we push our tab and unplug it. The headlight is out. Now, we can set this one here. Get our other new headlight assembly. And lower bracket. Is it just me, guys, or is there an awful lot of plastic involved in this job? Okay, and there I am throwing my hardware away. Oh wow, would you look at that? No hardware. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we have our old headlight to fall back on. If I can keep track of my bits. And see what I did with my Phillips. And yeah, unfortunately, guys, this car has no tool holders. Unfortunately. Well, for time's sake, we're just going to grab a different Phillips for now. Maybe. Okay, and of course I left my driver over there. Now, no, wrong headlight. It was this one. You simply take the screws out of this one. Like I said, guys, there's only 4 of these. And then we use these screws to install our new one on the new headlight. It looks like they gave us 2 right sides. And the right side well, looks like the right side will fit here. I'm not sure why they gave us 2 right sides, but it'll be okay. I'm pretty sure this is just a splash guard. You know, keeping water from electricity kind of thing. So, and it's trying to keep my bit. We just start them in. And yes, guys, the screws from the old headlight will work in the new headlight. It's just plastic. And we'll just lightly tighten these guys down. And this headlight is now ready for assembly. Now, and there lays my Phillips bit. Isn't it a wonder that you can't find what you're looking for until you don't need it anymore? Okay, now before we set this into place, we take our little plug, and this one faces upward instead of downward, and then we push our tab in, make sure plastic isn't anywhere to get pinched anywhere, and we simply slide it into place. Now, yeah, that ain't going to be in the way of anything. So, you know, if you're working on a decline or a hill where the front of your car is nose down, you might want to have some screws in your fingers before you let go of your headlight. Just finger tighten them in there so they don't fall off like that. And these are the wrong bolts. Also make sure you get the right bolts. So if you have your screws in your fingers when you set this in place, you simply just get a couple threads started, about 2 or 3. And then when you let go, you don't have to worry about your headlight falling, breaking, and scratching limbs, anything else. Now, I'm going to run these 2 down a little bit. And not tight, we're just running them down for now. And now, we'll pull this plastic up. And then get this one started. If I can hold on to it. And this one started. Now we're going to nudge our headlight, make sure she's set in the rear position, and then we just tighten our screws down. And they don't have to be tight, guys. Like I said, it's just plastic. And I don't think these cars are going to go NASCAR speed anyway. So, there's that headlight. So, our headlight assembly is complete. Now all we have to do is reattach our front clip. It's not as hard as it looks, guys. I swear it's not as hard as it looks. So, all we have to do is lift it back up in place. And we get our screws. And our T15 Torx bit. And we just start putting screws back in where they belong. And again, you don't want to tighten these down just yet. You just want to put them in there just to hold it in place. And this one, guys, remember this hole is for the push, the little plastic retainer. It doesn't get a screw. And come over here to this side and we do the same thing, just get our screws started. And this is not going to be the final resting place for this top. So right now we are not going to tighten these screws down. We are just simply putting them in to hold our clip in place. Now all of those are in, none of them are tightened down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start putting it back together. Now, if you've seen the video on the Fusion, the Chevy is the same way. Make sure our plastic doesn't get pinched in there. You just raise this up, line it up with your fender, and you just simply tap it in. And now we get our little bolt. We'll lay these screws here. And we go back up in here and reassemble our bolt. Well, let me get it started by finger first. It's the smartest thing to do in a tight spot. If I can get my fingers in there. Well, I'll tell you what. How about we have our camera person start the car and turn the wheel inward to the right. And I'll show you that it doesn't have to be this hard on this bolt. That's good. You can shut it off. Now, with that done, boy, look at the room we just created there. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to get this right there. We'll put it on the and get right there. And now, it's starting there halfway in, so you see what different just a little bit. Now, you know right on it. And it's tight. Now, get my teeth equal to that. Put it back. Where's you get in the hole? Like everything else, tighten them all down as you're putting them in. Put them on loose. Now, if you get them on loose, then you go back and tighten them down. So that way, if one doesn't line up, you have enough wiggle room. You get the wheel up. There's two. There's three. This side done. Now, get your side and do it. Put it on the side. On the side. Put it on. Right there. Put it out. Now, do that. Put it over here. And put it on this. Get it. Get it. Now, down. Now, down. Put it back. Put it back. It's pretty quick. Please. So, now, get it. 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 Put it right here. Keep it. Put it right here. You don't have to make it. Yes, that. Put it right here. You know. I am going to use a ratchet and get my other socket set. And these bits, guys, if you use a 1/4 inch socket on a ratchet, it fits these bits perfect. So when you're in a tight spot, you can always just use a small 1/4 inch ratchet with a 1/4 inch socket and get right into that tight spot. And again, you got to watch your torque. You don't want to strip this out. It's just plastic. There. Now, pull that plastic up out of here. Leave that on there for now. Now, we have our little plastic retainers that we took out of the top. We can just simply push this in to line that up. Push those in. Now that we have those in, we can take our T15 Torx bit and tighten up these screws up here. And again, don't want to strip these out, guys. These are going into metal, but you're only holding plastic on with it. So it doesn't have to be super tight. Okay. Now, that is everything that we took off, put back together. And it wasn't that hard. But as I said before, we didn't have to take the retainers off the bottom because when the car was hit, those were broke out. So we have to put new retainers in there. And I always keep such an assortment on hand. So I've already previously checked the holes and know which one of these fits. So we will just take some new fasteners under there and fasten our front clip onto our cross member. And I didn't count holes when I was under there, so I'm just taking 6 of these with me. So we'll come under here. Like anything else, you want to start in the middle. And in this case, we've got 2 in the middle. So we will start with this one. Well, I pushed a little plunger in. We've got to line that up. You got to push and pull one on it to find the hole because it's not going to line up perfectly. And put our plunger in. And these ones you can push the plunger before you get them all in, because if not, it's going to fall back out on you. So that was 2. Here is number 3. There's none over here. This one, number 4. So it looks like there's only 4 under here. So there it is. We have new retainers in the bottom part of our front clip. Now guys, after that, the only thing left to do is decide who's going to get the privilege of pulling the plastic off of the headlights. Yeah, with that said, until next time, I'm Roger Ratchet, and thank you for watching.